What kind of decoration do you prefer?
I prefer all different type of decorations, but I generally give preference to flowers as they enhance the beauty. At the same time, their wonderful fragrance make us feel refreshed.
How is your home decorated?
My house is decorated in several ways. We have some handmade paintings, then we have few wall hangings. Especially on weekends, use the fresh flowers from my garden to decorate it.
What is your favorite color when decorating your home?
It generally depends for what reason we are decorating, but I always give preference to red as it is a very bright and vibrant color, and red is also considered as a very auspicious color in my culture.
What color would you never use in your home?
That's an interesting question, but the answer would be very straightforward and it would be black because it is often associated with sadness, and of course, it's very dull and boring and it does not contrast anything. For that reason, I would not use black for any reason.
What color would you choose to paint the walls of your room?
Actually, the walls of my room are painted in white, and that's the color I want forever, as it gives bright looks to the room and it easily contrasts the furnishing or the furniture in my room.
Do people in your country like redecorating their homes?
I can say that in these days, renovation is quite common as people want to make their house look more beautiful and look modern. At the same time, lots of new options are available, and people want to make their house look new all the time. And that's the reason why it's not uncommon to get the flooring changed or the ceilings, and people also frequently change the furniture or the furnishing of their house.
What is the new decorating trend for this year?
For this year, actually, I got to know when I visited my uncle's house, as he has built a new house, and there I saw curtains that we could operate using a remote control, and some Italian furniture was also quite unique to me, but he said that it is in fashion these days.
Should old buildings be preserved?
Why not? When it comes to history, we must preserve it in every possible way, and it is very important to preserve the historical buildings as they reflect the glorious past and also help the youngsters or young generation to remain attached to it.
What aspects of culture do old buildings reflect?
From a personal experience, I can say that when I visit a historical place, I get mesmerized from the ancient or the past architecture, the designing, at the same time, the material used in those days. At the same time, another intriguing feature or way these buildings used to be decorated. For example, we can see some handmade paintings on the walls or the ceilings or a stone carving. These are the things that are often reflected.
How do old buildings affect the appearance of the place?
As far as I can understand, there is a huge impact of a historical place in the vicinity because there are quite a few historical places in my country, and people show great curiosity to visit such places. And often we see the development of commercial areas like shops, restaurants, hotels near these buildings, so it certainly has a strong impact.
An experience where you had been cheated. What the situation was when this happened? Who was the person? What did hide about?
Well, the way dishonesty is prevailing in society, it's not uncommon to get cheated or feel cheated. And it's not like in the real life you get cheated, but on so many different online on internet platforms, people get cheated every now and then. And I would be sharing a similar experience that I had recently. Actually, I was scrolling through my Facebook page as usual, and there I saw an advertisement of a pair of shoes, Nike sport shoes, and I can say that it was actually my dream pair because few days ago I was at a Nike store where I saw the same pair. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy it as it was out of my reach. It was worth 10,000 rupees. But in this particular post, I saw the same pair available at 80% discount, which means I had to pay only 2,000. So, without thinking much or inquiring much, I placed the order, and now I was eagerly waiting for the delivery of my order. And as expected, within 3 days, I got the parcel, and I was on cloud nine. But when I opened the box, my excitement turned into disappointment because it was having a dirty pair of canvas shoes, and that too in terrible condition. I couldn't believe my eyes and felt cheated, and I instantly tried to contact the company. At this time, the number provided was not reachable, or I can say that it was not in existence. And when I emailed the company, and after multiple attempts I didn't get any response, and of course it was the time I realized that I have been cheated, and there is no way out or anything that I could do about it. And of course I can say that it was more like a learning lesson for me, and now whenever I have to buy anything, I give preference to in-store shopping or make use of trusted platforms like Amazon or Flipkart for buying things. Overall, it was a time when I was cheated.
Do you think telling white lies is acceptable sometimes?
Yes, certainly I can say, because I often tell such lies, especially when my younger brother is in trouble. Actually, my parents get furious when he get into any kind of mischiefs or do anything they do not like. But to just to save his skin, I come up with some white lies.
Do you think honesty is the only important quality that should be in a person?
Well, it's been well said that honesty is the best policy and it makes a person a good being. But I don't think that honesty is the only policy, because a person has to be polite by nature, has to be patient, and similarly, there are many other qualities that makes a person a better human.
Do you think children should be taught honesty in young age?
I completely agree, because if they get to know about the value of honesty at early age, there are very less chances that later on they get involved in any kind of ill activity or involved in any dishonest practices. In fact, it is one of the best way to ensure that we are bringing up good citizens.
Do you think being completely honest all times can be not good?
It may be difficult to agree, but I totally agree that it can be harmful, especially if I take an example of a person who is on hospital bed in a critical condition. Generally, we lie and do not reveal the true picture because it can be a matter of life or death of such person. So I agree that sometime we have to tell lies intentionally.